Recording started.
Okay, we are doing another broadcast today. Now I'm on, of course, the conference line. You know that, or you call in here, but I'll say it again. It's 641-715-358 circle, access code 773342. You know, I kind of alternating between this line and the phone tree line. But I also want to say that I am planning some visits to all of you and some on the ground gatherings, as well as in the air, as well as on the broadcast, because this has gone on much too long without our having contact. And the way I understand our realities at this time, that can have a devastating impact on a number of people, that we've gone so long without a proper reunion, especially of women and youths, females and males to begin with, and then the entire family tree, that this is going on way too long, and that there is some kind of impediment among the women and the cultural impact on women that has occurred, and we have to fix that. We have to fix it quickly. So I'm doing the broadcast today. You will have some emails today. And I want you to know, again, you can all call me 24/7 at my home number, 301-933-0272, the conference line number. This number is always available. We can get on very quickly. We can also do three-way calls if you feel comfortable with that to begin with, and then graduate to the conference line. The important thing is to establish some gathering according to the New Millennial Rule, make some circling. You know what I'm talking about. And that is a process change that we have to do. So I'm just doing this broadcast today, and probably the next broadcast today, I'll have another voice on the broadcast with me. No matter how limited, no matter how low in understanding, it is important that we begin to show the gathering modality. It's very important to do that again, and I'm really kind of sorry I left it off, but I've just had so many tasks for you that I don't have a lot of time for prep on these phone calls. So. And that's a sign of living in a patriarchal culture rather than the acute continuum. We're rushed. We're rushing because people are not doing the right things. They're not allocating their times in the right ways. And then those of us who see it are rushing to prevent the disasters that come out of the way you are spending your time. So let's get with the program now. And so I'll do the broadcast right now. And of course, we have our graphics on the screen. People have been seeing them for a few moments now on the broadcast on air. We're showing our Statue of Liberty. And I've been having problems with my mouse today. That's slowing everything down. And I think my hardware is beginning to wear down here. And that's one of the prices you're paying for delaying. You create a situation in which a person or persons who are trying to help you run into greater logistical difficulties that double back on you. So come and gather. Okay, here we have our Statue of Liberty, and we have our group of Statues of Liberties all around the world, and we have the New Millennial Golden Rule in reference to 5050now.wordpress.com, where everyone can read that. And then we have our marvelous, miraculous, virtuous gathering place, the Hat Crown Halo home and enterprise, which will be one of our important places to open stargates. And so let's do our and especially to just value the divine democracy that was begun there in a way, and gives us a place to travel back and forth in time and understand that aspect of being a true Q2, an equinox true Q. Okay, so we'll play our marvelous, miraculous tape recording. That's when she came back and started to spell plants with the global center.
Her whole love was to have her children there. She didn't try so just to get along, get enough patience. She was careful, very careful. And there was a sister, Clara.
Let's do that one more time. Again, in this broadcast. Here we are.
And then she said she couldn't do the name for everybody. That's when she came back and started to smell again with the glowing sun. Her whole love was to have her children there. She didn't try so just to get along, get enough patience. She was careful, very careful. And there was a sister, Clara.
All right, let's start our broadcast ceremony, a ceremony of the several ceremonies you can read about at 5050now.wordpress.com. And we'll say, the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. We'll say it again this way, the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. And we'll say, Namaste, mitukuya oyosin, mitukuya koseveral, kongs pax, pax culture, tubes severik, severik tubesk, bahaval, chaim, shalom, salam, salam, shalom, mir pache, pache mir, merci, ubuntu, buenos dias, ciao, shlanzavag, Chinque, chop chop, sayonara, das vidanya. Did I say tubes, tubes? I think I did already. And let's say cheerio and good day and cheerio. And let's say, well, love and live eternally young, longest, and prosper, all, both in each and every one. As equinox, true cues, solar, budding, blooming, marvelous, miraculously, gardening and growing, co-secretary generals, co-saviors. Co-loving, co-living, co-leading. Okay, and then we'll say it this way. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days. I'm just skipping ahead there. We'll say, let's love and live eternally young, longest, and prosper, all, both in each and every one. As equinox, true cues, co-secretary generals, co-saviors. And that's solar, pink and green, rainbow-colored, photosynthesizing light within us and among us all, co-secretary, between and within and among us all, co-secretary generals, co-saviors. And then we'll say, it's the most important, we want to bring several of our women together. We have at least one woman, at least two women, who are not optimally breastfed, who have told us that. Julia Marie and I have ascertained that she was not on cue breastfed. She was put on schedule, and that caused a big reactance in her experience of her mother. That was not completely resolved because our society doesn't know what to do with these things, because it's this kind of a stupid society and lets things marble along this way for too long among people. So we want to have her become a poster girl for healing these wounds. And Georgine also acknowledged that she was not breastfed, and we have some other people in our family tree who are not breastfeeding their children, some who are. We need to have these discussions openly as a culture and understand their implications for human development. And so the importance of that is the beginning of apotheosis made most easy for humanity. And then we also want to say, let's drink the milk of human kindness for all, both and each, as the human kindness throughout our lives, as equinox, true cues, co-secretary generals, co-secretaries. I drink on behalf of all, both and each and every one, and representing all, both and each and every one now and as soon as possible, as equinox, true cues, Milky Ways, co-secretary general, on this and all our planets, co-secretary generals, co-saviors. Delicious. And now we have our Purim and Passover liquid. We have our fruit juice. We have our sacramental wine. Well, our sacramental fruit juice and our sacramental wine. They're both sacramental. In fact, a lot of our oranges come from Sacramento, California. That's a special phrase in our family story. And we'll put these together, the Earthsz and the Earthsz, the gathering of the women to discuss the situation, and the gathering of the people at Passover and what was called the Last Supper, to make the promises of 50-50 and saving of a people, promised land, and saving of all people from having to die, having apotheosis in heaven for all people. Let's put that together with our Vedic Soma, those ceremonies that are so egalitarian also, and the entheons of the Eleusinian mysteries, also so egalitarian, and bring all these together and fulfill the promises, along with the cocoa and other liquids of other cultures for sacraments. Let's drink on behalf of all, both and each and every one, representing all, both and each and every one. I drink now, and it's just possible. Okay, for all, both and each and every one represented in. On behalf of, as Equinox QQs, gardening, growing, co-leading, co-loving, co-living, co-leading, co-secretary generals, solar, co-secretary generals, co-savior. And we'll drink the water of loving, living planets that will reclaim and sustain our planet Earth and all our Earth to be, as Equinox QQs, co-secretary generals, co-savior. You can see the solar orbs right here on the cup. And of course, we have the planets you can't see so well, but we know that it's all about photosynthesis on all the planets. We are synthesizing the energy of the universe, and we are the energy of the universe, and the universe is made of love as well as of light. It is all one. So let's, and that's what gives us our life. So let's drink on behalf of all, both and each and every one, representing all, both and each and every one now, and as soon as possible, as solar, photosynthesizing of color and white and rainbow light, brightest light within us and between and around us, as Equinox QQs, the rainbow colors, Equinox QQs, co-secretary generals, co-savior. All right, and now we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days, past, present, futures, Equinox QQs, co-secretary generals, co-savior, budding and blooming and gardening and growing, marvelously, miraculously. And we start with our Shekinahs, all ages, all generations, and then also our Shekinahs and our young Hekinahs, around age 37 young and younger, because we want to regain the goddesshood for the females who've been second class for too many millennia, too many centuries. And we also want to start the life right and young adulthood for our young people, females and males. So let's bring them together. We start with our equinox, vernal, and autumnal birthdays, and then connect them to the solar times and make the big circle. And we start with the equinox because we want to emphasize equality and EQ, okay? And that's what's lacking in our culture. And so we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days, past, present, future, as loving, living, sharing, co-secretary generals, co-savior, Equinox QQ. Learning and every day is a new birth. Every time you learn something new. And we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days. I'm doing it this way too, as Equinox QQs, co-secretary generals, co-savior, marvelous and miraculous, budding and blooming, full of heart light. The heart light are our inner candles. Okay, and so we've done that, and now of course we have our Purim and Passover wafer, cookie and wafer, the round cookie instead of the triangular one, because we want to fulfill on the promise of 50-50 for all women. So we've got not only Esther at the circle, but Vashti. We have Radisha, Dareya. We have the other women too. There's some names I'm going to be sending you a little bit more about the story of Queen Esther today. And Vashti and the other women, the daughters of mother, who we say was likely named Marianne, even though the name was erased, Miriam or Miriam. So here we have the circle, 50-50. And giving one another, traveling back in time and helping the women of that intersection of ancient Hebrew and Persian cultures, 50-50 for all their cultures. And then we have our Passover wafer, our Last Supper wafer. Why is it flat? Because people who live under patriarchy are hiding, running, fearful, and don't have time. Okay? So we want to convert these promises into reality. How do we do that? Via the New Millennial Golden Rule. The New Millennial Golden Rule's components are Panchayat Raj, gender parity with representation for minorities, and it's all set in the local, global, universal village. So you have knowledge of each other's children, great and grandchildren, and all the different generations of the family. Then the genuine progress indicator. You know what that's all about, already in use in Maryland and Washington now. And then the circle process, which allows us to learn to give and take, develop a greater, more sensitive respect as well as kindness toward one another. And then, of course, knowing that each person is divine for carrying this, and then we are part of the great divinity that is the creation of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God, our universe. And so we know all this, we use the New Millennial Golden Rule, we live by it. And so we become risen as this round bread for the females and this oval bread for the males depict. The round bread of Mediterranean, the oval bread of Judeo-Christian area, put them together. And we have the peoples of both areas coming together with the greatest memory of what it was all about and how to avoid the pains of patriarchy and to enjoy instead the paradises of parity. On this and all our planets. And then we also have, of course, to remind you that not every bread or cake is made of wheat. We have our rice here, we have our oats, and we thank Mother Nature for all these multiple foodstuffs. There's so much more I can show you. We have our eggs of egalitarian culture. We have our eggs of egalitarian culture. And we start with one egg like me. I'm an egg, and I call the circle. I know I'm part of the circle. The universe is a circle. It's a sphere. And so it's kind of an oblate circle. It's a bit rounded, but it's not a completely perfect circle. And that's just like an egg, okay? And then we gather two women like Lee and I, or you heard briefly Anna Marie was on again recently, and Lee, and you heard Rasa, and we've had three women, Rasa, Sylvia, and I, on some of our broadcasts. Occasionally we've had Georgine, my neighbor Judy. Other women have come on here briefly, Lynn, and so we want you all to come on. And we know we send out a lot of invitations. We're going to keep this going and make it so. And so we start with three, and we anoint one another with the power of three, as the Celts tell us. The Celtic culture tells us the power of three. We bring forth more women, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 7th to 11th, it's a good ballpark area, and anoint all one another as co-secretary generals, co-seferaz, equinextria Qs. Then bring forth our younger women and younger men, age 37 and younger, our young Shekinahs and young Shekinahs. And similarly, they also become, by their mothers, anointed, and by each other, co-anointed as co-secretary generals, co-seferaz, their mothers' generations. I won't say just their mothers, because we're all clan mothers, is what we want to get out of the nuclear family bind as the only way to think about family, and include the extended family, the gens. And so we'll do it with that, and then we all have a very good start on egalitarian culture. And if we do this in every home and neighborhood, the whole world will become blessed as Atlantis risen. And so then we also show that improves the relationships between women, that we don't have the kind of breaches that would have occurred between my sister and I, because my sister and I have never known a circle of women. And that's why this has occurred. This is why it's occurring. The way to fix it is to address that. And keep pressing on each one of you to make the circle, make a three-way call, make the circle, make the three-way call, make the three-way call, make the circle. It's not hard. Do it. Because until you do it, everybody's in danger. So I'm in real danger now. You're sitting on real danger. We have all the social dangers. You see what's going on in even the censored news is dismal. But what about the environmental situation? What about your personal situations? People's health? What about those aspects, the life and death aspects here? We can't allow this to continue. You have to come and gather. So and then when that happens, then we have any relationships between women become more respectful and better listening as well, kinder. Same with females and males. That's a very important place that has to come next. It can't come first because if women do not have confidence in each other, they do not have the confidence to stand up to hegemony. Hegemony is what is internalized by a culture that is patriarchal with regard to men, that men are given preference and everybody gets used to that and we don't even notice that we're doing it. That is very, very dangerous over time and cumulatively destroys the society. So so we want instead a mutual relationship between females and males, and a subset of that, and of course all our sister cousins and all our cousin brothers, because we are all related. And then we also include a subset of that, which is egalitarian marriage, and that is without the domination or enabling or alienation that occurs in patriarchal cultures to marriage. And then we also have a subset is the relationships of men not made divisive based on income or nationality, ethnicity, religious sect, birth order, or any of the false hierarchies that men set up for each other and make each other miserable with. So let's do up for this for everyone, and then remembering again, you the individual, each one of you is important because you have the idea of the New Millennium Golden Rule in your head. You have these ceremonies within you. You can internalize them, and then you can join with others and make the difference. Okay, so that's our eggs of egalitarian culture. And now we're going to do our consciousness currencies. As you know, Lee and I have passed these out here in the neighborhood. Other people that I've given them to, I know have given them to others. I've sent them to a lot of you over the internet. I have no idea what you're doing with them. I don't know why you're not using them. You should be. They're excellent consciousness raisers, and of course they show in the first tier here is our great and grandmothers, all the sister cousines past. These are the people who will come through the stargates first. Why? Because we are developing a cosmic consciousness that says, we know that since 1650 BC, especially in the fall of Atlantis, it lost its egalitarianism and became patriarchal. When it did that, it was developing higher technology, but it was also losing its humanity and losing its harmony with nature. We want both. So we want to repair the importance of the women who were so important as decision makers in Atlantis, the most long-survived peace culture, yet a thriving culture intellectually and in terms of fun and enjoyment for its people. So we do that, and then we have our current generations of women. You know, and of course I'll give the branch names of the families in just a moment. And then we also have this third tier, and the current generations of women are the most difficult because they've been targeted for to be made stupid, and they had the biggest road to hoe. They had the biggest jump to take, and it was a big jump, and they made some errors. We all did. This is a big landmass country. We fell into the patterns of geographical diaspora, now recognize what that meant. We have to come together, we can do it. And then we have our younger people, our females and males, our Shekinas and young Shekinas are age 37 and younger, here depicted here. And we give you all, and who are these people? This is the Winarian, Morellian, Adelian, Margilian, Silver Golden Kindians, Alkindian, Feldmarian, Janser-Slatian, singing crickets and sunburgers, and all the natural names of different people and their clans. The Sweet and the Sagan, and the I think I said this Alkindian and the Feldmarian, the Sweet and the Sagan, the Hearst and the Herzogian, the Goldbergian and Kabbalian, and we have the Goldenbergian, and we have the Newcomerian, Millerian here, and born, you know, different neighbors' names, Lichtian, and many others, Brenarian. And we have, let's see, our who am I forgetting now? We have our, I mentioned the Native American names. We have our Lee Winfrey names. We have our Braxkikal, Kennedy Shriver names, with many, many, many more. And all the different names of each culture are represented. We have the Mazu and Zhang and Chan names. Okay, so we have them. And we'll give everyone kisses. And we can all call them one family as the middle name. That's what I give as my name, okay? That's a surname too. That's a very special surname. Then we have our big branching family tree, and we want to especially thank Sarah Harriet Ray and Sarah Harriet for teaching us the model of gathering women and children and youth in a place. Now, we have a virtual place. Our place is virtual. We don't have to leave our homes or wherever we're at. We can do it from a park or a swimming pool area, wherever you have a laptop computer. You can get online and gather. And so we also want to gather on our sacred grounds in many places, but it's also very marvelous, miraculous to be able to do this on the air. And so we want to thank Sarah Harriet and Ray and Harriet. That's why we always show the virtual place there, virtuous place. And so we have our various family that we're remembering, and I'm sure I'm going to forget a few names, but you get a general picture of the various gens and the women on all of them that we've mentioned. Hannah and Victoria Mariama, and again, as I said, as Sarah Harriet Ray, as Sarah Harriet, Grandma Papa, Grandma Margulies, Ray, Clara. Let me interest first here. Jans Slate, Myrtle, Rose, Marie, and Pearl. Ray and Harriet, Sarah Harriet and Ray. Sarah Harriet and Jacqueline, Ray and Clara, Sarah Harriet and Jacqueline, Precious Antoinette, Lily and Adele, Rose, and Lee and Thelma, and we have Beth Ann, and we have Risen Rose, Precious Antoinette, did I say that? And Risen Rose, and Marie, and Annette, Marie of Loving Milk, Honey, and Water, and Annette, and Dorothy, and there's lots more names there that we have to learn, and we have some other names of women whose mothers and grandmothers' names we don't know. We include Beretz and Sokolov, and Sokolov and Beretz, and Buck women, and we include I said Goldenbergian. Did I include Myrtle? We want to include Myrtle. I'm sorry, Martha and Malka and Shirley. And we want to include Barbara and Bessie, and who else do we want to include? We include everyone's great-grandmothers, but we're specifically naming people that we know. We include Irene and Lillian and Annabelle, Irene, and Lillian, and we include May's mother and Mazu, Shuan's mother, and we also include Hattie May, and also Karen and Rose, and many, many, many more. And we need to find out the names of Rachel's family, and more of. We also include some of the people in the older generations are actually among the living women, so we include them here. Those are sisters of some of the Sister Christinas we just mentioned, Sister Christinas. And we also have our current group of women: Marion, Victoria, Mariama, Julianne, Marie, and I. Barbara, Jennifer, Leah, Alexandra, let me come back a little bit, Alexandra, Rachel, Juliana, Francesca, and the Anns, various Anns, and Candice, and Ivana, and Ivy, more Margulians. There's lots of Margulians there. And then we also have our Silver Golden Kinkin women. We have Batya, well, we're remembering Lee and Thumb, we already mentioned that. We have Arlene, we have Batya and Helene and Sherry. We have remembering Nathan. We have Susan. and Sarah and Jodine and Laura, and we also remembering, as I also mentioned, the Native Americans, and Rose and Marie and all those, Pearl. We have Anna Marie and Ma Patricia, with Laura and Martha and Sophie and Pauline. And we have Marcia and Denise, and there's more there, including the Eugenia and others related to the Solomon, and take off on the name Zalman or Zalkind. And we have we include all of our Kindians and Kins. I included Bessie, as I told you, and Barbara and others there. And we don't actually know Barbara's maiden name yet, but we should know that. And this is a different Barbara. This is the second Barbara that I'm talking about. And we have Ilsa and Esther. We have Sarah and Judy. We have May and Judy. We have many, many more. And we have Margaret, Tammy, and lots more. Louise and Arlene, and remembering Elizabeth, and many, many more. They're neighbors I'm talking about, people who are colleagues, neighbors, and so forth. You can add many, many names. You can have lots of daisy chains. Okay, so all of our current generations, women. Did I say Georgine? It's also very important with Jacqueline and Joan and Sharon, and some of the older women. We have to include them also. And we don't want to have putting older women out to pasture. We want to help them rediscover their inner goddess. And then we have our younger people. And that's Hadass and Rachel Marie and Danielle Viette and Stacy Anastasia and Vanessa Salia and Hallel and Ashira and Elisa and Natalie and Elisa and Hesperus and Athena. And we have Hallel and Ashira. I said that already, Hallel and Ashira. And Alyssa, and there's more there. We have Mary. There's another one, Mary, and another one on that. Oh, on this middle generation of women, I forgot to mention Mary and Carrie. Very, very important. Mary and Carrie, important. And we're all important. And let's see. So we Sandra and Rebecca and Angeline, Edith, Rosa, and April, Angeline, Edith, and Rosa, and Aquarius. And then we also have, and if I've forgotten anybody, did I say Abby and Sarah? And then okay, and then we have our young men. They're very, very important, equally important with the young women, but they do need to wait a half step for the young women to come first, because we're breaking up the pattern of patriarchal dominance, okay, and we're replacing it with kindness. And so we also include Yeshai, Harlan, Lusaviz, Ross, Marcel, Itani, Eric, Jared, and many, many, many more. And also Ben, Shannon, and John, and also Andre, and many, many more. And the guys like Robert F. and different names on the Kennedy tree. Also, well, I won't call it just Kennedy, the Hannah, Brandon Skakel, Hannah, Fitzgerald, and Kennedy, and Bouvier, and Shriver trees. Okay, and there's many, many more. Here we also include Lee, very much so. We the upper generation here I include Rasa and Sylvia. You've heard them broadcast. Lee, and up their generation here I include all the middle generations. Also Mazu is also Shuan, Lee's mother. Okay, and so we have it, and we did all our young men too, and then we also say the names of the men of the past who would come through the stargates as soon as we bring forth the women, and our group of younger co-secretary generals, co-secretaries with women, and so we'll also say, and let me just show all these pictures of our young people very clear. They're very good, and then we'll also say the names of the men. So let's give you all kisses. And then I also have my own special branches. If you were coming, you would bring your special branches. It's very important to do. You're supposed to have deeper bonds to people in your nuclear family, especially deep, that gives you the intensity with which to value human life in an intense way. You should be. having strong bonds to your own nuclear family, but not to the exclusion of your extended family. And once you have formed huge, strong bonds, as in baby and breastfeeding, with the people of your closest family, you should feel just as strongly about the people in your extended family and about all people. All people are incredibly valuable. So, but this is the learning ground. The training ground is your own family and your nuclear family. So we also include here Mariama and Victoria and Mariama and Julianne, Marie, and I, and all of our past Shishkinas, of course, and current Shishkinas. And then we also have here Vanessa and Harlan Elizabeth and Vanessa. And we want to help them at wins tons instead of losing tons. I'm afraid right now they're very close to losing tons. In fact, you all are. Your kids are at risk because the older women have not grasped what I've been talking about. So I'm doing my best to flush you out, give you carrot and stick, and help the older women to gather so that their younger people are not in danger. And I also want to emphasize to the younger people that you can put a cell phone in front of your mother or your sister's Kazinas of any age and have them call me and do a three-way call, and that will take you out of danger. And if you're a young man, just make sure you have a young woman with you, and then you'll be out of danger and breaking the pattern that has our society in a very devastating grip. So let's give it the kisses instead, and let's have delight and happiness for all of you. All right, and then we have to go back to our larger family tree, because a smaller grouping like that really can't get very far in terms of learning the ways of the elusive mysteries revealed, the Earthsz mysteries revealed with just themselves. They need family and community, and you need them, and you are a family constellation of incredible, bright, beautiful, gem-like qualities. So let's, you really are the rainbow, so let's give you all big kisses. I'm not sure if I said Meredith and Giselle. I hope I did. And of course, with them, I think I did. So let me just make sure I didn't miss that. And okay, so that's our main ceremony. And then we also always say, let's start fresh. We have our bowl that's clarity for parity. We're very clear on the fact that patriarchy doesn't work. And cumulatively over time, it becomes its own death trap. And you can't practice it thinking that you're okay. Just because you put it out of your mind, it's not going to be out of your mind. It's going to come at you with an environmental catastrophe or a health catastrophe or a personal trouble or all kinds of crime all around you. It's going to come after you. You can't just sit there and think, oh, I'll wait for patriarchy to end of its own. It's on its own. No, you have to start practicing as equinoctial cues, and we'll pick paradises on this and all our planets, and say no to parity, say no to patriarchy and planeticide. We'll pick parity paradisal, past, present, future as equinoctial cues, solar, budding, blooming, marvelous, miraculous, co-loving, co-living, co-leading, co-learning, co-enlightening, co-secretary generals, co-severas, equinoctial cues. Always growing and gardening. Okay. And then we'll also just say, as we always do, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'll say it again. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earths, past, present, future, as equinoctial cues, co-secretary generals, co-severas. We'll say it again. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earths, past, present, future, as equinoctial cues, co-secretary generals, co-severas. And that's our ceremony, our Earthsz ceremony for this early part of the day. And we'll do another one later in the day today on our phone tree line that we have been using for this. Right now we're focusing on 335547 because we really want to focus on the older women, but the younger people are equally welcome to come there. They need to focus on the older women of their family as to why the older women of their family are not getting their act together in this culture. and help them to understand that they are clan mothers and they need to become Atlantis risen, or the entire culture will sink just the way Atlantis did. You got it? And it could start with the catastrophe of any one of us because we are not doing our jobs right. Maybe I'm not either, but I'm doing the best I can. At least I'm doing something. Doing nothing is certainly doing wrong. Okay, so we love you, and we want you to write yourself into taking those positive steps. 3-way calls, conference calls, coming together on the video chats, sending each other emails. Very, very simple. Let's do it. And that's our broadcast, and we'll go ahead and send this now.
To stop conferencing, this session is no longer being recorded.
Okay, at Oscillarian, here's everything, and it's on the conference line at 641-715-3589, access code 773342. I did it on the call-in line 3580. Okay, every blessing. And also including Hannah, okay? Let's remember Hannah, your mothers, your great and grandmothers, very important. Okay, and now we'll do remembering Giselle. Giselle, we're also including you, of course, Meredith and Soma. Here's the marvelous goodies, and just we also want you to come to listen to it. It's 641-715-3589, access code 773352, 773342, also on Google and YouTube. Got to come now. Five 935.
You have reached our problem. Please leave a message, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Here. The tone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Barbara, Rich, Marie, and Danielle, Juliet, and remembering Judy, all your Shekinahs. I have a neighbor named Judy, and her mother's name is May. I want to know your mother's name, and Barbara, and all your great-grandmother's names, all of you. And here's the marvelous miraculous goodies. Did the broadcast again today. It's on the teleconference line recording area 641-715-3589, access code 773342. There will be another one later, as usual, on the phone tree, but the important thing is that you come to broadcast and make the connections. And you're going to get some emails, and I hope this makes it easier for you. I'm very, very concerned about the moribund situation with our older women on this list. We want to help them become goddesses and young goddesses again, and help their young people, females or males, start off life right and have a marvelous, miraculous future. We don't want to see this planet destroyed with planeticide of patriarchy, do we? Let's make sure we fix it. Our family's that important. Let's do it.
You have reached Barbara Feldmar. Please leave a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Goddesses 3 and more. I just left a message, but it didn't seem to take right, so I'm just leaving it again. I did the broadcast. It's on 641-715-3589, access code 773342. If you're not able to watch it on Google and YouTube, it's also on that line. And the ceremony, and we want you to gather. We want you to come very quickly. Our planet is under extreme risk. All of our family, if we don't do this mission, we're also under karmic risk. So please come, darlings. Every blessing, you'll get some goodies today.
If you are satisfied with your message, to send your message, thank you. Your message has been sent. Goodbye.
Now, but leave us a message and we'll get back to you. Thanks.
Hi, Stacy, Anastasia, and Cheryl, and Andrea, and Jill, and Merle, and Cheryl, of course. Did I say Cheryl? And remembering Dorothy and all of the sister casinas of Cheryl too, the past generations, and also very much Elisa and Natalie, and Elisa, and Brad, also with all of our family, with Victoria and Mariana, with Vanessa, with Julia, Marie, and I, with Hans of His, and all of the other Marguerite Feldmarian women, and Silicon, Golden Canadian, other people are intertwined in your branches. The message is on the teleconference line. If you can't watch it on Google and YouTube, but you can get it on 641-715-358, circle 89, 3589, access code 773342. And that's the line we always use just to call in 358 circle when we want to call in. So you know it's there, and we want you to gather very quickly. There's life at stake for all of you in one way or another. The order of the danger is hard to know, but frankly, this is an endangerment to everyone to not be gathering. So let's gather. Every blessing. Talk to you soon.
To review. Hi. To review or mark, your message has been sent. To send a message to another subscriber, enter the area code and phone number of that subscriber, or press the star key to enter your own mailbox. Enter the extension number or press extension.
Code down the totalitarian for advantage. Not a business.
Type playback and record. To change extension type, press 1.
To change your, please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Hi, Vanessa and Holland's Love is Vanessa. Here's the marvelous breakfast milk. Here's the marvelous breakfast budding moving flowers in water. Here's the marvelous breakfast heart light with the pictures on it. And here's the marvelous breakfast cakes with the world globes on them. Did the broadcast as usual. You can see it on Google, YouTube. You can also listen to it on the phone conference area 641-715-3589. Access code 773342. And I'll say all the names as Harry. No, I say all the names in the broadcast, of course. You can hear it on the ceremony, but I'll say them again for you because I know that there's something really weird going on in our family that you haven't been in touch with me, and so I know that these are not being said around you and need to. So I say Victoria, when I say Estrella and Victoria, Estrella and Libertia, and I say Harry, Harriet, and Ray, and Harriet, Grandma for Margulies. As Harry Harriet and Ray and Clara, as Harry Harriet and Jacqueline, Precious Antoinette, Rose and Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandma Popper, Annette, Lynn, with Joan, Rachel, and Sharon, and Rachel, and also our current contemporary older women, slightly older than you, but they can be young at heart as goddesses again. That's including Marian and Victoria Mariama, and Julia Marie and I, and Marian and Alexandra, Francesca, Rachel, Juliana, and Francesca, and all the other very famous Margolian women. There's more, you know. Well, we include Diane and Joan and Sharon, sisters of Lynn. We include Jennifer, of course, her daughter. We include a whole bunch of other Margolians, the famous Annes and Ivankas, and there's many therapists, Anne and Ivy, and different ones on the Margolian tree. There's many, many more. And then we also have our Silver Golden Kindian women. We have Batya, Helene, and Sherry, Arlene, remembering the Anthelma. Did I say all the names? As Harriet and Ray, and Harriet, Precious Antoinette, Rose and Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandpapa, Dorothy, and Sharon. Did I say Myrtle and Rose and Marie and Pearl in the upper generation there, and Hattie Mae and Shuan's mother Mazu, and many, many more of the Brannock Skiggle people. Okay, and you know that. And also the middle generations of women also include Jennifer and Susan and Sarah and Jodine and Laura, and remembering Beth Ann also include Patricia and Anne Marie. And Laura, Jodine, Laura, Sophie, Martha, and Pauline, and we include Sandra, and we include Denise and Marcia. We include remembering Giselle. We include Meredith and Andrea, and we include there's many more on the Feldmarian line there too. There's a Susan that we also want to include, and there's and many, many more, and we also include a Cheryl, okay, and other people there, and Andrea, and also we want to include I said Anna Maria, my Patricia's family, and also Oprah, Patricia, Oprah, Alicia, and Krishnanda. And we also include the remembrance of Lillian Gay and remembrance of Gaugy, and we include other people on this middle tier of women, many, many more. Include Rob and Judy and Sarah, and we also there's another Sarah, and we include Diana and Donna and Diana, and many, many more. And then we also have your younger people: Hadas, Rich, Maria, Daniel, Juliet, Stacy, Anastasia, Soma, you, Vanessa, Salia, so precious, and Halal and Ashira, Natalie and Elisa, Rebecca and Sandra, Angeline, April, Edith and Rosa, Aquarius, Hesperus and Athena, and did I say in the upper levels of women, Carrie and Mary and Carrie, and the middle level, and then we also include, if I've forgotten any of the young women, you include them, and also include the young men equally important: Ishai, Harlan, Zaviz, Marcel, Ross, Itani, Eric, and Jared, and many, many more. And once we've done that, we also include the older men of the family. But I don't know, Julian, you call me 24/7. Very concerned about both of you. I see that Julie Marie and the Georgine really fell through on what I thought would occur with them, and I'm very, very concerned about the situation that has developed here. So I am coming in to see everyone in all their cities very, very soon. You can expect to see me. You can expect to see me from other cities and with other people, and then in connection to you can expect to see me very, very soon. You call me 24/7. You come here anytime. I love you, and we meet anywhere in between. I love you, Donnie Felice and Mario Rainbow Sweetheart. I love you both and all of your family, especially your mother's sister Casinas. I love you, and I say, Donnie Felice and Mario Rainbow Sweetheart, and Donnie Felice. Say hi. Did I say Ben, Shannon, and John also, and Andre? Donnie Felice and Mario Rainbow Sweetheart, and Donnie Felice. Say hi and hugs together, and jam together on behalf of Whiskers and Tiger, and Holly and Tiger, and Whiskers and Buttermilk, and Black and Buttermilk. Let's see, all the fauna, butterflies, birds, and bees, and all the people too. Big white dogs, female and male, and all the people too of our local, global, universal neighborhoods. You're both Vanessa Salia and Harlan Luther Viz. You're both incredible co-diamonds. Don't doubt yourselves for a moment. Know that you call me 24/7. Very important. We're going to see each other very soon. You're getting some goodies. Okay, here's the Marvelous Miraculous pictures. Milk, the Marvelous Miraculous, Bunny Willing Flowers, Marvelous Miraculous, Heart with the pictures on it, Marvelous Miraculous Heart, Cheeks with the World Love. And I'm sending this message after say, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs.
You saved it. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension, main menu. Extension,
Holy baby girl, I feel
to change your custom greeting, press. Please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Hi, holy baby girl. Just did the broadcast. It's on the Google, YouTube, and it's also on 641-715-3589. Access code 7733342. The ceremony. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous. Milk. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous. Heart light you gave me with the pictures on it, Marvelous Miraculous pictures. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous budding leaf flowers, and here's the Marvelous Miraculous cakes with royal globes on them. I say all the names. It's Harry, Ray, Raynor, Harry, Person, Riz, Rose, Maria, Robert, Dorothy, Lynn, and all of them also looking at everyone, Marion and you and Victoria and Mariam, and all the ones there, and also the Anna Maria, Patricia, and all of her clans, and also the younger people, Hadas, Rachel, Marie, Daniela, Stacy, Anastasia, the young men, Ben, Helen, Elizabeth, and Shai. I'll call you back with a longer message.
To save this message, your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press main. There is no such extension. Please try again. Main menu. Extension to change.
Hi, Mariama and Victoria. Mariama did the usual broadcast. It's on Google and YouTube, and it's on 641-715-358 circle. Access code 7733342. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous Milk. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous highlight that Julian gave me with the pictures on it. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous budding flowers and water. Here's the Marvelous Miraculous cakes with world globes on them. And you're both, you and Vanessa and Raquel and Julia and Lynn and Sharon are so incredibly important. Julia, Marie, and I. You need to be with us, with our neighbors there, and other Shekinas and all of them. And Harlan stuff is very, very important, and all the young men of your family. We also need to know about all the people of your family. We love you so much. You know, you call me 24/7. Donnie Felice and Mario Rainbow Shooter, and Donnie Felice say hi and hugs. Heather and Jam Heather on behalf of Whisker Tiger, Holly and Tiger, Whiskers, Buttermilk, and Black from our listening and all the floral fauna, but two big white dogs, female and male, very gentle, and all the people too of our local, global, universal neighborhood, past, present, future. As Equinox Q's Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretary, you're going to be among the greatest. We need to gather. We're going to gather very, very soon. Really soon now. I'm making all kinds of arrangements. So talk to you soon. You can call me 24/7. Watch over Vanessa like a hawk and like a protective mother hawk, because you have to, like, well, a protective mother dove and eagle, better. Because she's very much in danger, so is Harlan. Watch over both of them. Julia Marie does not know what she's doing, but I love her anyway, so we're going to help her heal. Every blessing. Talk to you soon.
You saved. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. Main menu. Enter the extension. Extension.
Egalitarian couplehood, core values of masculinism.
To change your custom greeting, please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Hi, Vanessa and Hallelujah, Vanessa. Here's the marvelous miraculous milk. Here's the marvelous miraculous budding blooming flowers and water. Here's the marvelous miraculous heart light with the pictures on it. Here's the marvelous miraculous cakes with the world globes on them. I did the broadcast on. It's on Google YouTube. It's also on 641-715-3589. Access code 773342. You're both co-diamonds. Don't doubt yourself for a moment. You're both the great rainbow bringers, and we're really greatest so much. And the other young people are necessary to you, and you to them, and your mothers all are very necessary as goddesses. I love you all. I say all the usual names. It's Harry, Harriet, Ray, Raina, Terry, Harriet, Precious, Antoinette, Rizzo, Rose, Mary, Grandma, Papa, Dorothy, Lynn, Rachel, all the and Anne-Marie and my Patricia's family, and the Lee Winfrey family, we include to start with, we include Myrtle and Rosa Marie and Pearl, and also Hattie Mae, and there's many more, and all the Brad Skakel and different famous people. But our family's more important, even though, and you're more important. You have to understand that. And also, we have our older women, equally important. That's Julia Marie, and well, that's Julia Marie and I and Julia Marie, me and Julia Marie, and Victoria and Mariama, and Marion and Barbara, and Jennifer and Lee, and Jennifer, and also Alexandra, Rachel, Juliana, and Francesca, and all the Silverkind women. Did I say Precious Antoinette, Rose, Mary? I think I did. And also that's in Susan, that's Bacha, Helene, Cherry, Arlene, many more, remembering Lee and Thelma too. Also Susan, Laura, Jodine, and Laura, Jodine, and Sarah, remembering Beth Ann, very direct connection to Atlantis there. I'll be telling you about that real soon. And we also have, let's see, Denise and Marcia, and Oda Sullivan and Zalkindi, and lots of this other we have other kins, of course, and we include them. We include Donna and Diana. We include, before I even get to them, let's say Carrie and Mary, very important, and we include Donna and Diana. We include, did I say, and Marima, Patricia, Laura, Martha, and Pauline, and Sophie, and many more. We include Patricia and Oprah and Alicia and Krishna, and all of the branch, lots more people, many more names on all these branches, okay? Then we also include very much you younger people, starting with the young women, Hadass, Rachel Marie, Daniel, Juliette, Stacy, Anastasia, Soma, Vanessa, Salia, Elisa, hello, Elisa, Natalie, and Sandra and Sandra, Rebecca, Hesperus and Athena, and Abby and Sarah, and did I say Angeline, April, Edith, and Rosa, and also you equally important young men. You, Harlan Saviz, as Wesley, in your name too. You're Harlan Saviz Wesley with Ross, and with Yishai, and with Marcel, and with Jared, Tani, Eric, and many more, and also with Ben and Shannon and John, and many more. There's Bo, that's Lee. I forgot to mention Lee is among the young women, Lee, and among the older women, Rasha and Sylvia. You've heard them too, and Naomi, different people there. But we also include Georgine. We also include, of course, all her, Malk and Shirley, way up at the past generation, and we include her current generations, Jamie Lynn, lots of Julians and Rochelle's on that. We're going to find lots of people, and you're going to be gathering with them all very soon and have huge family reunions. Now, don't doubt me, and don't doubt yourselves. If you run into any problems, you feel sick, you feel weak, feel depressed, call me, okay? I'll be there very soon. You'll be here, and I'm going to be making circuit around everybody's home, okay, in all the areas. I love you. You can call me 24/7. And you're so important to me, Elizabeth, I can't tell you, and I'm sorry I didn't come in earlier. I didn't think, it's because I don't have a place to stay, and I didn't make the arrangements, and I wanted to make some special arrangements around that, and I ran into trouble when I did try to, and so delayed, but I mean to be there with you, and you can come with me anywhere in between both of you. I love you both so much, and I love your mothers and all of sisters and Shekinahs. You can call me 24/7. Don't ever release and murder. And did I say the names of the older men of the family? And more, okay? And all the men eventually will come and join us, and we'll all have a Calvary Society, Atlantis, Stargate, Atlantis Risen. You could call me 24/7. Don't ever release and murder and sweetheart, and don't ever please say hi and hugs to Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Christian Tiger and Helen Tiger, and with Christian Buttermilk and Black and Buttermilk, Felix, all the flora and fauna, butterflies, birds and bees, the big white dogs, female and male, very gentle, and all the people too of our local, global, universal neighborhoods, past, present, future. As Equinox, QQ's Co-Secretary General, you can call me 24/7. I say huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. And again, if you feel sick, don't go to Patriarchal Medical Leave. Remember Martha Howard, Vicki Matthews, family clinic with me. I'll be there right away. I can get you out of any problem. The main thing is remember the good counsel. That'll get you any difficulty. Say parity, not patriarchy. Make a 3-way call with another one to me. You'll be out of danger. Okay? Every blessing.
You saved. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press